Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're working in the garage again because the weather's not letting us do any work outside. It's still snow on the ground, and we're not getting any snow. We're not getting any sort of precipitation. It's just cold, and nothing's melting. It's supposed to melt towards the end of the week, but we'll see what happens with that. I don't think it's going to be enough to warm everything that we have. So today we're going to be doing maintenance on the Toro Timemaster. I have to change the oil, and I'm going to take the blades off, clean the deck out, sharpen the blades all up, and get it all ready to go for next year. Because we're not going to be using that the rest of this year, so we're just going to get everything ready. So hopefully we get an early spring, that way I get back out working, because I can only do so much repairs and everything working around the house before I start going really stir crazy. There's only one way to change it. Guess I should have given you a little better close-up, but I just pulled the cap off of the oil filler and out the oil comes. I always wait till the mower's tipped up on its side before I take the cap off. That way, as I'm tilting it, isn't dripping all over everything else. It makes a little mess on the cap, but you got to clean it off anyhow. And I just put the funnel in there, and I use 10W30. I know it calls for straight 30 weight, but with the temperatures that we start these things in the morning, if you use straight 30 weight, don't like to start. And it takes just above a half a quart. And it is full. Now we just have to pop the blades back off. Somewhere along the line, we hit a garbage bag. That happens. One thing about these blades, you can only put them on one way. Actually, I guess you could put these upside down, but you know what I mean. So let's touch these blades up and get the deck cleaned out. what this has is a couple little pins. And on the back side there's a couple notches. So this would be the, let's see where you're at. This would be the side that faces the top of the mower. The reason why them blades are set up the way they are with the notches and the slots is because these blades are timed so they don't hit. Because they will not occupy this same area at the same time. So, and then when you have to change the deck belt, you also have to time the blades again so they don't hit. The only thing left to do for this, for maintenance, is check the air filter, see what it looks like. That's a few pieces of grass, but nothing bad. Filter looks good. I started this in about a month. I don't know if the battery's charged. Not bad for being upside down. The easiest thing about charging this battery up in this mower is this right here. Just plug that in. Plug that in. When it's charged, the light is green. You just walk away and forget about it. So for as much work as that mower has done for us this summer and how much time it saved us, that little bit of maintenance is nothing. I probably spent a little bit more time than I normally would have just because I was going over a couple things with you. And that mower I bought last year, late in the season I guess it was. And, we went to a 30-inch just because of some of these smaller yards. And we were not ready to spend the $7,000 for a 36-inch stand-on to get into these backyards and mow these yards. And it would be nice to have one of them. But we're still struggling with the $7,000 price tag because I could buy 7 of these. So even if that only lasts me 2 years, which it'll last me a lot longer than that, and yeah, there's bad reviews on it. The tank is too small, which I knew that, so I just have to fill it up every yard. It's no big deal and it takes a couple seconds. The transmission that I've read and people have commented on how bad they are, well, it's still going this year and they're brand new. I think they're $140, so it's not really an issue because the amount of money that we make with that more than pays for that $140. And if you have to go through one every 2 years, it's pennies on a dollar is what you're losing, so it's not much. So I have more projects going that I have a snowboard to work on. I'm trying to find a cutting edge for it right now and I cannot find one. The problem with living in a small town is nobody's got one in stock, so I'm going to have to order one. And it's the factory direct cutting edge for the snowboard. It's just a cheap little snowboard, and they want $45 for it. So I know I can find one cheaper than that. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So if I really start to get bored in this garage, I have a lot of blades to sharpen. I have actually I'll show you. I have all those blades to be sharpened. And all those blades to be sharpened. There's a few of them that are sharpened, but most of them are all dull. So I have enough blades sitting on my shelf, so if I have a really bad year, I have enough blades to keep me going for through the whole season without wearing any out, because there's a lot. I have usually, I think I have 6 sets of blades for each mower, so that keeps me going pretty good. And then if I do have to order them, I usually order them later in the season when I get the extra money, and I can have them for the next year if I'm running low. But I will have enough blades to make it through this next summer without a problem. So as far as this Toro Timemaster goes, I've been very happy with it this whole past season. There's a couple of places that we used it. We should not have used it, but we still used it anyhow. Just like anything else you use, you're in places where you shouldn't be. But you're always trying to get that one little extra pass or going in areas you shouldn't be, but because you're trying to get the job done. Will it handle overgrown yards that are soaking wet? Absolutely not. Will it handle everything else? Yes, it will. The transmission did not go out on it like everybody's telling me it was going to happen. Not even for any problems. It's not slipping or nothing. Even the belts are not slipping. They're still good. Starts all the time. Yeah, the gas tank is too small. We deal with that, and that's not a big deal. You know, it'd be nice to fill it up all day and go all day, but you can't do that. The tank's just too small. So that is going to be the end of my video for today. I thank you for watching and subscribing. If you check out the links in the description box below, we'd greatly appreciate it. Everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you on the next project.